Hi everyone and welcome to the AudioPhiles. I'm Steve Westman. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I want to touch upon the Universal Studios fire where in 2008 over 100,000 master recordings of some of the biggest artists went up in flames. I've done a lot of research. I want to see how it affects us as audiophile record collectors, see what artists are involved, and really dig a little bit deeper and really see going forward if this is going to affect us as vinyl enthusiasts and music enthusiasts as well. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And one other thing as well, still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And once I do, one lucky subscriber will win 50th anniversary 3 LP box set of the Beatles' Abbey Road. Love this album, remixed by Giles Martin. So please, if you haven't already, support my channel. Please subscribe now. Thank you so much, and let's get started. I really think the day the music died again was June 1st, 2008. The Universal Studios fire, where one morning, 4:30 in the morning, after some work repairmen were asphalting and heating up some asphalt in one of the studio buildings, didn't wait around long enough to see if the asphalt shingles had cooled, went home, and then not long after, Universal Studio lots caught on fire. It burnt to the ground the New York scene that's been used in many movies or TV shows, and the iconic City Hall that was used, the set that was used in Back to the Future movies as well, which is really sad. And of course, most importantly, it burnt to the ground Universal Studios vault containing hundreds of thousands of master recordings of different artists. That was the day the music died. Now, I've done a little bit of research. There's been some great articles out there over the years. Again, this happened in 2008, a long time ago. But I think they still haven't sorted it out. But some of the names, I want to go over them today that are confirmed lost, or at least that's what they're saying to this day. Names like Buddy Holly. His entire master recordings of all his recordings burnt to the ground in flames in that fire. R.E.M., another artist, some of their recordings burnt to the ground. Chuck Berry, all of his masters, or almost all of his masters, are gone. The Police, Decca labels such as Duke Ellington, John Coltrane, Bing Crosby, Louis Armstrong, all the Decca recordings, gone. Bryan Adams, his Reckless album, which was his biggest album, and if you're Canadian like myself, you grew up with that album, that master recording, gone. Nirvana, now I don't know which Nirvana master recording is destroyed, but from the list, Nirvana is one of them. Those are some of the top ones today that I wanted to show you guys, or just basically tell you guys about. How does that affect us as audiophiles? How does it affect us as vinyl collectors? I mean, it's a sad day. I mean, that's no different than a original Picasso painting get burnt, or the Mona Lisa at the Louvre getting burnt to the ground. I mean, you can't replace the original master recording or the original master painting if you're an artist or if you're a museum. So I think this does affect the industry a lot. I mean, there's reports that over 100,000 master recordings, singles, albums, etc. were lost. They're still going through lawsuits today, so I'm not even sure what the exact number is. There's a really good New York Times report that was out a few years ago, and what I'll do is I'll link that report below in the description of this video, and it gives more of a detailed description of some of the artists that master recordings were lost in that fire. It really is sad. So again, the day the music died, and of course Buddy Holly's involved with it again. I mean, his master recordings burnt. Such a sad day for that. So as an audiophile, some of these artists, you were never going to be able to hear their master recordings ever again. We're going to have to hear them through digital backup copies, which of course as an audiophile or really want to get the true analog experience is never going to be. So Again, it's a sad day. They're still piecing through everything. I know there's been some lawsuits. Some artists have dropped out. Some are still part of it. And that was, I think, in 2019, 2020, that was going on. So, man, oh man, I mean, it's what a disaster. I hope this never happens again. So, yeah, just a sad day, guys. And 2008, wow. I hope Universal Studios learned their lesson. This isn't going to affect anyone, any of the artists going forward. And just recently, a few days ago, another announcement. I think it was almost on the anniversary. Universal Studios had another fire, I believe, at their I think it was their Minions ride. So man, they got to get control of that. So wow, that's kind of crazy that happened almost. I think it was almost 13 years to the day. So yeah, so wow, guys, I have some picks for you. Some obscure picks. I'm going to start off total Canadiana here. If you haven't heard of the Tragically Hip, pick this album up. This is classic Canadian music at its best. This is one of the biggest bands to come out of the Canadian music scene in the late 80s all the way through the 90s. I probably saw this band live, oh my gosh, I don't know how many times in my day. If you're not familiar with the Tragically Hip as an American, has that same type of REM feel to it. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you haven't heard the Hip before, pick up, I'd say start with this album. This is the Road Apples album. Pick this one up and tell me what you like. If you have heard it, tell me what you like in the comments. And ironically enough, this was actually a Universal Studios recording as well, and it turns out the Hips master tapes were actually in Canada at the time, so they were saved from the fire, so it's kind of interesting. So one more album. I absolutely love this woman's voice. Incredible artist, incredible singer. Tracy Chapman's debut album, 1988. Now, this is my original copy I would have bought in 1988. This is a Canadian pressing. It sounds amazing. She does own and control her master tapes, and for my research, she doesn't plan on releasing them back to vinyl or any other format at this time, unfortunately. But if you are fortunate enough to own this album, or if you haven't already, pick it up. Man, this is an album. I mean, this is an album. These are songs that she had written over a 2, 3, 4 year period before she cut them onto this album. So I mean, some of the songs iconic. Talking About a Revolution, You Got a Fast Car, Across the Lines, Behind the Wall, Baby Can I Hold You. That's side one. I mean, this album, I mean, I remember listening to this album over and over again and spinning it. I mean, it's just so different. It's folksy, but man, her voice is incredible. Side two, Mountains of Things, She's Got Her Ticket, Why, For My Lover, If Not Now, and For You. Guys, pick one up. Maybe a crate dig at your local record store. Probably get these original copies, or what's only going to be out there, 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, I would say, depending on the condition. So Tracy Chapman's debut album, 1988. Highly recommend this one. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a wonderful week, and thanks for joining me here on the AudioPhiles. Until next time, turn that music up, spin your music, keep it loud. All the best, and stay healthy.